that Duck defense, wow, that was really good, especially after that timeout late in the third quarter and then the rest of the fourth quarter. It made the difference.
Yeah, no question about it. I've been real pleased with our defense. 6 games now, nobody's scored outside the 50s on us. I think 3 of our opponents have scored in the low 50s, 2 in the 40s. So that's pretty good production defensively. And we scored a lot of points off turnovers tonight. I thought that was key. We just didn't shoot the ball very well, and our offense just seemed a little bit out of sync.
Yep.
Coach, just loved, there's lots of storylines with your team. Sydney Parrish, a career high, Sedona coming back. I just love the subtle things that you guys did tonight defensively. I really liked what Jazz Shelley did to start the game. She got in and got a couple of steals, turned over a team that prides itself in turning other people over. And then I really liked your confidence in Kylie Watson defending there late in the game and in the third quarter. Just shows you the depth and so many things that your young ones are bringing so early in this season.
Yeah, well, we really started to separate early in that fourth quarter, and in the game at that time, I think you had Dugalich and Parrish and Kylie Watson, and that was a good energy group. And I got so many of these post kids that I got to get time. Sedona's still kind of working through the health thing, so she's not going to log huge minutes yet. Niara's still been under the weather a little bit. And then you've got Lydia and Kai. I'm trying to get as much time as I can for those guys. But Kai, I was impressed.
Yeah, Sydney Parrish, as Bev mentioned, KG, that you have said, one of the best shooters in the country when you were recruiting her. But also you said as she got here, she's not just a shooter, but a scorer. And I think we saw that on display today, didn't we?
We did, yeah. She's got a real nose for the basketball and the basket. And, she's more than just that. Plus, she got some rebounds. She got hand tips on a couple of balls. I think she's been playing really well. She's a gamer, and that's what I like about her.
And one last one, I know we'll let you go, but Tahina Paopao, too, got a little bit of foul trouble. It's happened a couple of times, but she still just is your floor general out there, isn't she?
Well, she is, yeah, and I think Tahina would be the first to tell you she probably didn't play a great game, but again, she was on the court when we really started to separate and put that game away. Everybody's entitled to maybe a less than stellar performance, and I think that was her first one. I think that was really our first one. Yeah. I don't think we were at our best tonight, and I think we've been pretty consistently good through the year.
All right, Coach, we'll let you go, and we'll talk to you in Pullman.
All right.
All right, head.
All right, Coach. We're going to start with Eric Scopel, 247 Sports.
Coach, what did you learn about your team against a little more aggressive defensive team? Washington pressures you, gets out their traps. What did you learn?
Well, this has happened twice now. We did it against Portland, and we did it against Washington tonight. We just get a little bit out of sync, and we start to rush, and we've got to be able to battle through those nights when you're not making shots. Individual players need to just have a short memory and take the next one and not worry about it. But I also learned that we're pretty tough, just like we did in that Portland game. We played better in the second half, a little bit more composure tonight. Maybe we didn't play better in the second half necessarily, but we really played well in a short stretch that knocked people out. I think that's one of the benefits of having a deep bench. You can keep going and trying to find something that's working, and we're going to wear teams down. We just got a lot of players. Look at who was our production tonight. Those aren't the players that normally log bigger minutes. So I learned that we showed a little bit of toughness on the road. I wouldn't say arrived, because it's always a work in progress, but that you're got a pretty good team when you just beat somebody by 24 on the road and you're disappointed after the performance.
Jerry Thompson, Ducks Illustrated.
Congratulations, Coach. Was it something about Washington zone? Because it wasn't just that Boley, Lexell, Paopao weren't hitting their threes. They weren't getting seem to be getting a lot of wide open looks like you usually get.
Yeah, and I think we addressed that in the locker room after. I think we've got to do a better job of consistently getting it inside. I don't think we got it inside as much as normal. But, you know, they're a unique kind of defense. That's what they do. They scramble around. They switch up. You know, I counted 9 different defenses that they run going into this game. And so it's hard to get it into any kind of rhythm. You know, we wanted to get out in transition, and we had, 6 or 8 fast break points. That's just not enough. We wanted to really push it, and we just I just don't think we made great decisions tonight. But we'll get better. We'll learn from it.
Back to Eric.
Sydney kind of showed a little of that microwave scoring. Had 12 points in the fourth quarter out of your 23, and a bunch of them were quick early there. Excited to see that from her, and obviously you need scoring contributions from everywhere on a night where, you know, Taylor, Mike Sell, and Aaron Boley are kind of off their games a little bit.
Yeah, Sid was huge. You know, she's been playing well in practice too. You know, when we divide up the teams, you guys, it's pretty even. You know, I have the group that traditionally starts for us play that second unit a lot in practice, and it's 50-50 in terms of which team wins it. I got a lot of confidence in a lot of players, and you know, this thing's continues to work itself out. Changed the lineup tonight, went with Jazz to start. Like I said, that's something that was predetermined. I think Taylor's been playing well in that starting lineup, and we're just still trying to find some things that'll work better.
Back to Eric.
Coach, Washington State seems to be figured some things out this year. They just beat Oregon State today, 2-0 in conference play. Let's just quick preview for what you're expecting on Monday.
They're good. They are really well coached. They're fundamentally sound. They guard you, and then they have some kids that can, you know, the freshman from New Zealand, number 5. I don't know their names well enough yet because I haven't turned my attention to that scout, but she is really good. And her sister, the senior, they're the heart and soul of that team. And you know, the player inside, number 55, she's gotten a ton better. They just, you know, they all fill their roles and they guard. So that's yeah. The thing is, they're a little more traditional, Eric, than this group today. You know, this group just keeps you off balance, you know. And if you guys look traditionally, by the way, Washington's played us relatively well over the last several years. You know, if you look at the scores, you know, but we're going to have to be much better against Washington State, or we're in trouble.
We've got time for a couple more. Jerry. Unmute, Jerry.
Yeah, Coach, based on your comment about the 50-50 during practice and the 2 units, are you tempted to kind of go with that so the chemistry stays together with the 2 units, or?
Going wholesale substitutions, old school, high school.
Right.
Kentucky men have done that before. No, not necessarily. I think it's always nice when you sub a couple of kids in that, you know, are new, and then, you know, they try to blend in with 3 that already have their legs underneath them. And then, but that second unit plays together for a good portion. And I thought they played well together at the end of the first quarter and early second quarter. But, you know, again, this was a good win, you guys, a road win by 24. And we can't get so spoiled that we got to, you know, just say, oh, well, you know, we're not going to enjoy this. We're going to enjoy this victory tonight, and then learn from it and get better for Monday.
And then one more, Coach. We'll end it with Eric.
Okay.
You talked about how disruptive they can be defensively. You guys forced 20 turnovers, 11 of those off of steals. Just the defensive effort seems like it's been really consistent, even in games like today where the offense isn't quite there.
Yeah, and hey, listen, defense travels, Eric, you know, and that's something you can always count on. You know, when you're a 3-point shooting team and you rely on that, there are going to be nights like tonight you just don't shoot it as well as you do. So you got to rely on that defense. I'm proud of them defensively. 20 turnovers, and, you know, we don't get into people. You know, it's not like we're a South Carolina type defense. It's just going to get into you and make every pass difficult. We do it with our length. We tip a lot of balls, and if we're in the right spot, we get tips and then recoveries. So, yeah, I'm really pleased. There's some good things that we got out of this tonight too. And you know what? How about we give credit to Washington? Those guys play really hard, man. You know, she's done a good job here. This is the best Washington team that I've seen, and they didn't have one of their better players tonight. So give them a lot of credit.
Thank you very much, Coach.
Okay, you guys.
We'll see you on Monday.
You got it.